Jinu is one of those characters who looks simple at first glance until you stare a little longer and realize nothing about him is actually simple. And that's the strange part. He was designed to blend in, yet somehow he ends up standing out more than anyone else. Today we're going to look at the things everyone ignored about Jinu, the tiny details that completely change the way you see him once you finally notice. So sit tight, because the deeper you go into Jinu's character, the more unsettling it gets. Most people see Jinu and immediately think of him as the calm one, the stable energy in the group. But what if I told you that calmness is actually a disguise? His whole personality feels like it's built to make you underestimate him. People label him quiet and passive, but if you look at his expressions closely, you'll notice something different. He's not quiet because he's shy. He's quiet because he's calculating. His eyes never wander randomly. They always land exactly where they need to. And that is not the behavior of someone timid. That's someone who's aware of everything. His color palette alone tells a story people overlook. The muted tones, the softer shades, they're meant to project stability and maturity, but they also hide something. Those colors are associated with control, with restraint. While others use bright contrasts that show emotion, Jinu's colors pull everything inward. It's almost like he filters himself before anyone else can. And that small detail says a lot about the way he thinks. He doesn't reveal anything unless he chooses to. Even his hairstyle works the same way. It looks clean, simple, harmless, but the slight asymmetry in it, that tiny imbalance, it's symbolic. Characters with symmetry are usually straightforward. Characters with asymmetry always carry duality. That means Jinu has two sides, the one he shows and the one he hides. And most people never notice this because they're too focused on the more chaotic characters in the group. But here's the strange thing. When you put Jinu in a chaotic situation, he doesn't panic. In fact, he stays so calm that it almost feels unnatural. It's as if he's been through these situations before, like he's already rehearsed them in his head. A normal person gets overwhelmed. Jinu instead becomes sharper, quieter, more focused. It's almost eerie. And that brings us to something even more interesting. He rarely reacts emotionally unless he wants to. Every smile looks controlled. Every serious expression looks intentional. It makes you question how much of his calm personality is real and how much is a mask. And speaking of masks, have you ever noticed how often he stays slightly behind the others? Not too far, not too close, just enough to observe everyone without being the center of attention. That distance is strategic. Characters who stay in the background tend to be the ones who notice everything the others miss. And Jinu has that exact energy. The observer who already knows what's coming, but chooses not to say anything until the right moment. Now let's talk about something people rarely pay attention to, his movement style. While other characters have exaggerated motions that show personality, Jinu's movements are minimal, controlled, almost rehearsed. There's an elegance in the way he moves that doesn't match his simple personality at all. It's more like he's protecting something. His thoughts, his emotions, maybe even his true intentions. And the more you analyze it, the more you realize he's not simple. He's complex in the most hidden way. But here comes the detail that almost no one notices. Jinu has moments where he becomes unusually still. Not calmly still, frozen still. Like his mind is elsewhere entirely. This isn't a shy pause, it's a calculating one. A moment where he disconnects from the group and observes from the outside. And every time he does it, his expression sharpens just a little. That's the real Jinu peeking through. Another thing people ignore is how he handles tension. When other characters show frustration openly, Jinu does the opposite. He suppresses it, and suppression always means there's more going on under the surface. He internalizes things in a way that usually points to someone who carries responsibility or pressure that hasn't been revealed yet. It makes you wonder what he's hiding and why he feels the need to hide it at all. His accessories give you more clues. They're subtle, but not random. His style leans towards simplicity, but it's the intentional kind of simplicity, the kind that hides meaning, symbolic colors, selective details, and almost no unnecessary decoration. Characters who carry understated details like these usually have deeper stories that unfold later. and Jinu fits that pattern perfectly. Now here's the part that always gets overlooked. Jinu's silence is not empty. There's weight behind it. When he's silent, he's learning. When he's watching, he's evaluating. And when he finally does act, he acts with precision. It's as if he refuses to waste energy on anything unnecessary. That's not the behavior of a background character. That's the behavior of a strategist. But the most chilling detail? The contrast between his gentle appearance and the intensity hidden in his eyes. You can see it in those rare moments where his expression hardens. It's so fast you almost miss it. But when you catch it, you realize something. Jinu isn't harmless. He's controlled. And people who stay controlled usually stay that way because they know exactly what they're capable of. And here's something else everyone ignores. Jinu might look like the most stable member, but he's actually the hardest to read. You never know what he's truly thinking. You never know what he's planning. And that unpredictability gives him more narrative power than the loudest characters in the story. The deeper you dive into his character, the clearer it becomes that Jinu walks the line between calm and dangerous, gentle and sharp, soft and strategic. He's the type of character whose real story reveals itself slowly, through clues, expressions, and moments most people overlook. So the next time you watch him, don't focus on what he says, focus on what he doesn't. That's where all his secrets hide. And once you start noticing them, you can't unsee them.